If you've ever wondered why ribeye makes you want to nap and sirloin makes you want to mop the kitchen, this video's for you. Today I'll show you how different steak cuts can tilt results toward fat loss or muscle gain, and how to switch gears on training versus rest days without losing your mind or your taste buds. Here's the big idea. Your body responds to protein and fat differently. Protein drives satiety and recovery. It has a high thermic effect. It literally costs your body more energy to digest, so your return on investment per bite goes up. Fat is phenomenal fuel and flavor, but it's energy dense. So if fat loss is the main goal, you want cuts with higher protein to calorie ratios. If you're trying to gain muscle or maintain muscle strength while appetite is low, you lean into marbling because it helps you hit calories without force feeding. Same cow, different outcomes. I'm going to have fun with this and give you 5 quick showdowns. 10 cuts total. In each matchup, I'll name the winner for fat loss and the winner for muscle gain. Plus one small tweak you can make even if you bought the wrong cut for your current goals. Here's showdown number 1. Ribeye versus top sirloin. Ribeye looks like it lifts weights. All that marbling is easy energy. For fat loss, the winner is top sirloin. Leaner, high protein percentage, great satiety per calorie. For muscle gain, the winner is ribeye. Effortless calories. Still packs approximately 30 grams of protein in a typical serving, and is delicious enough to eat consistently. Tweak. If you love ribeye, but your fat loss stalled, swap half your week to sirloin lunches. Keep the ribeye as a refeed after hard training. Showdown 2. Picanha sirloin cap versus eye of ribeye. Picanha wears a glorious fat cap. Fantastic for a bulk or heavy training block. Eye of round is ultra lean and a little chewy. That chew actually slows you down and boosts fullness. For fat loss, eye of round takes it. For muscle gain, Picanha wins. Tweak. Ask the butcher to trim the fat cap thin for maintenance phases. Leave it on for gaining phase. Showdown 3. Short rib versus tenderloin, also known as filet. Short rib is rich, collagen heavy, and deeply satisfying. Great for recovery and getting enough energy on days your appetite lags. Tenderloin is your sneaky, lean, luxury cut, soft, high protein, and surprisingly low in fat. Fat loss winner, of course, the tenderloin. Muscle gain winner, short rib. Tweak. Pressure cook or slow braise short ribs to protect fats from burning and enhance digestibility. Sear, fillet hot and fast for maximum flavor without added butter baths. Showdown 4. Chuck eye versus flank. Chuck eye is ribeye's thrifty cousin. It's marbled, full of flavor, and adheres well, meaning you'll actually eat it. Flank is lean, high in protein, and slices beautifully across the grain. Fat loss winner, flank. Muscle gain winner, chuck eye. Tweak. If flank feels too lean, finish with a measured teaspoon of butter instead of a tablespoon. Showdown 5. Denver steak versus top round, also called London broil. Denver comes from the chuck, with fine marbling and big flavor. Top round is very lean and budget friendly. Fat loss winner, top round. Muscle gain winner, Denver. Tweak. Sous vide top round to keep it tender without adding fats. Salt early, slice thin across the grain, and it eats like a more expensive cut. Now let's spend some time talking about mechanisms. Brief, clear, and useful. Protein leverage means your brain pushes you to keep eating until you hit your protein needs. If you choose a cut with a higher protein percentage, you tend to feel satisfied sooner with fewer calories. Protein also lights up satiety hormones, CCK and PYY, so cravings fade. It has a higher thermic effect than fat, so more of those calories are spent during digestion. Fat is metabolically friendly on low-carb diets. It barely moves insulin, but it's easy to overshoot if weight loss is the priority. For muscle, the signal is mTOR. You need to hit a leucine threshold roughly 2.5 to 3 grams per meal, which is about 30 to 40 grams of complete protein. Most steaks do that in modest portions. The difference is whether you can consistently hit both protein and total energy goals. That's where marbling helps if you're trying to gain. Practical targets. Per day, most people do well in the 1.6 to 2.2 gram of protein per kilogram of body weight range. That's about 0.8 to 1.2 grams per pound of goal weight. Per meal, aim for 30 to 50 grams of protein to clear that leucine threshold. For fat loss, let protein lead, and keep added fats intentional. A measured teaspoon for flavor, not a freestyle pour. For muscle gain, or if you're training hard and struggle to eat enough, use the marble cuts to get the job done without force feeding. Now let's touch on training day versus your rest day plays. On training days, especially if you lift, choose a marbled cut like ribeye, picanha, chuck eye, or Denver. Salt generously for performance. Pair the steak with eggs or bone broth if you want extra collagen for joints. For rest days or in the fat loss block, lean into sirloin, tenderloin, flank, eye of round, or top round. If you're strict carnivore and want more fullness with minimal calories, sip a salty beef broth before the meal, then eat your steak unhurried. Chew matters. Your gut and your brain talk while you chew. Give them time to text each other back and forth. Cooking methods protect results. Lean cuts love hot and fast or sous vide. Sear sirloin, filet, flank, and top round in a piping hot pan or on a grill to build flavor without adding much fat. Marble cuts do great with reverse sear or lower and slower approaches that render fat and keep things tender. Avoid sugary marinades. Salt, pepper, and maybe a touch of acid like lemon or vinegar if you're not strict carnivore. Rest your steak. Juicier meat equals more satisfaction, which usually equals eating exactly enough. Here are some common pitfalls I hear about. If fat loss stalls, the culprit is often liquid fat like butter, tallow, or creams that sneak in around the edges, or simply choosing heavy marbling every meal. Run a 2-week lean cut focus, sirloin, flank, top round, tenderloin. Measure your added fat. Keep protein steady. If you're struggling to gain or maintain muscle, don't try to bulk on top round and willpower. Transition to ribeye, chuck eye, Denver, or picanha, and let appetite work with you. Doctor's pearls. Beef isn't just protein and fat. You're getting creatine for power output, carnosine for buffering, heme iron and B12 for energy and cognition, zinc for hormones. Collagen-rich cuts like short ribs help balance the methionine in lean muscle meats with glycine. Great for joints, gut, and even sleep quality. This is why a rotation of cuts often feels better than the same steak every day. So here's a little bonus. Budget swap so nobody has an excuse. Chuck eye for ribeye, top round for tenderloin, flank for sirloin, and the swing cut that can play both sides is New York strip. Trim it tighter for a fat loss phase, or baste it with butter for a gaining block. Skirt steak sits in the middle. Huge flavor, moderate fat. Nice for refeed days when you want joy without a blowout. And if you made it to this point in the video, help me spread this message by dropping a comment with your goal and your go-to cut, team ribeye or team sirloin. And when you finish this video, check out this video right here on the screen. And remember, the cut isn't just flavor, it's a tool. Use the right tool for the right job and your body will thank you.